Alright, is it all done?
Yep, it's all done.
Great.
All right, now we need an intro. Here's what I want. I want it quick, funny, and showing the rifle.
Well, I think you just did that.
That's true. Folks, we're going to show you what we did on this rifle today. Stick around.
Let's do it.
All right, so I've got the wood on this old Marlin done. I've stained it with this Danish oil, and this Danish oil is a penetrating stain, oil-based, that soaks into the wood, so it is a nice finish just by itself. But what I'm going to do today, to finish this off, I'm going to put some of this Minwax paste finishing wax on the wood. I'm going to put it on, buff it off, and then I'll be done with this and I can put the rifle back together. Just got some old t-shirts here that I'm going to use to apply this. Nice thing about doing this to the wood on a rifle is there's so little of it, you don't have a lot of finishing to do, so you can really take your time and enjoy yourself. If you've got a huge project, sometimes it gets a little bit tedious, the finishing part of it, but I really enjoy rubbing down this furniture on this old rifle. So this rifle had an issue. It had some cracks in it which I repaired. You can see that in some of my previous videos. But the root cause of that, I believe, was that the wooden parts where they met the metal down here around the tang and where the wood met the metal of the gun and on the 4M piece too, it was soaked with oil. Oil from cleaning, oil from lubricating the rifle. You don't need all that oil. It actually causes issues with your wood. It'll find its way back to your wood even if you don't put oil on your rifle on the parts of your wood that are on the parts of your metal that are right next to the wood. It will find its way back there over time. It'll leach into your wood and it'll break your wood down, and that will make your wood weak and it will split, it will deteriorate, and it's terrible for the overall longevity of your wood. So I would recommend going, once you have your rifle clean, going with with dry metal, and then if you need to lubricate it, places on the inside, specific places, just use grease for that, not the oil like CLP. I used to love using CLP when I was in the Marine Corps, and of course those rifles, the M16A2, doesn't have a wooden stock or any wooden parts on it, so that was fine, but not good for wood. CLP and wood do not mix. Alright, I think I've got that totally covered, so I'm going to let that dry for about 15 minutes and then come back and just buff that off. Alright, it's been 15 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and take this t-shirt and I'm going to give this a buff here. And you should see immediately the shine come to this wood. And it should kind of have a grab to it when you first start your buffing, and then it will get very, very slick. When it gets to that slick point, you know that you've rubbed it enough and you can go on and move to the next area. Also, your rag here will get kind of gummy because a little bit of that wax will come off on your rag, and once that happens, just move on to another part of your rag and keep buffing. This old walnut is beautiful. This gun was made in 1957, and doing some research on the internet about this gun, the sites that I went to and a lot of the YouTube videos touted this as a classic lever action 22 that probably hasn't been matched in quality or accuracy since it was built. And they made these for a long time. I'm not exactly sure how long. If you do know, leave a comment in the comments section there. And if you have one of these rifles, I'd love to hear from you and how you like it. This is one that's going to be tough to give back to my friend Jim that I'm doing this for. He's actually going to give this rifle to his grandson, I believe. So that's kind of neat that he's passing this rifle down. Yeah, I don't know how the wood on this rifle could look any better. I think this finish is respectful of the original state of this rifle, and also you can see the wear and the age of this. So that's what the wood looks like. And I didn't film this, but I made a repair. There was a extra hole right here where the sling keeper back here, I'm not coming up with the terminology, but that piece that goes right here, this, I'm guessing it used to go in right there and somebody moved it there. That would be my guess, but I went ahead and filled that and tinted the epoxy to be the approximate color I thought the rifle was going to be. Not exactly, but not too bad. It doesn't stand out too terribly. It looks kind of the color of some of the darker areas here on this wood, so I'm okay with that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here on the buffing and go ahead and put this rifle back together. One good thing about getting this rifle back together is I don't have to worry about losing any of these tiny little parts anymore. Because on an old rifle like this, finding a tiny little part like that, a replacement part, would be tricky. I'm going to go over the metal, the exposed metal here with this paste wax, same way that I did the wood. Just give it a little layer of wax to protect it. Nice thing about protecting your metal on your gun with this wax is you don't have to worry about not getting this on the wood because you already went over the wood with the exact same wax. All right, we are all done with this Marlin Golden 39a Mountie. Just a beautiful old rifle from the 50s. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider joining the channel. And if you've ever owned a gun like this or wanted to, please leave us a comment down in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. All right, this is it. All done, all shined up. This is the Marlin Golden Mountie. All right, this is it. The Mountie Golden 39.